I just woke up a little while ago, probably like 10 something, and I went to bed like at 8 o'clock last night. I got a really good night's sleep, like a really good sound night of sleep. Like nothing woke me up the whole time, not even to go to the bathroom, and so I feel really good. I watched Ghostbusters. I took my brother to see it. I was probably about 6, and he was probably about 4, and it was really packed, and so we had to split up. And he sat like front row center. And the whole way home, he said, "Don't you ever, ever, ever do that again. That was not, okay. It was scary. It was very scary and not okay." He was very upset. "Don't you ever, ever do that again," right? And then he got Ghostbusters somehow, and he must have watched it like 50 to 100 times in a row until he was no longer scared of it. And it's funny because growing up, K2 did something very similar. We were watching, was it King Kong, the old version of it, and she woke up and she was just like really, really scared. She must have been like 2 or 3 years old. And then every time I would leave her alone for like 2 seconds to run the other room, she was like trying to get it off the mantle, or she would try to get Jamie to let her watch it when I wasn't home. And so finally we had to just let her watch it. And she must have watched it like 50 times in a row until she was like no longer scared of it. And she just walked in the kitchen one day and threw it at me and went, I can't even remember what she said, but pretty much it was like King Kong's her bitch or something, and she was no longer scared of that. So then she went through this big phase of Pirates of the Caribbean where she had to watch all of them in a row over and over and over again. I was like, can't we just go back to Elmo? Like, I have all the Elmos ever made. And she watched all those, but she went through these weird little phases, kind of like Jake with Ghostbusters, where she had to like master those movies and then like, be like, "I'm not scared of those," but at the age of like 4 years old. And there was like no stopping her, like wherever I had it, she would get to it. And so finally Jamie, I think, just was like, well, then let's just let her watch it and I'll watch it with her. Now looking back on it, that's kind of how I looked back then, was with that short blonde hair, and it would probably scared her, and then she's no longer afraid of it. And then it was named after Keira Knightley, so she had to conquer that too. My mom just gave me Ghostbusters. She said, "Remember, Jake was the same way with the Ghostbusters." I've forgotten like that. So, what's the moral here of the story? K2 has a little bit of Uncle Jake in her.